Radio, PowerReggae.com. We back another Monday. Special guest in the house tonight. Talented artist. One of my favorite artists in what we call the revival. Reggae needs no revival, but you know they put that on it. But
we never hear myself. That's for clarification.
Okay. But one of my, you heard the voice, and that beautiful acoustic song that we just tuned out with is the voice of the one and only, the talented Empress Kelissa. Introduce yourself.
Hopefully I'm right. Give thanks for having us. Oh, we're bringing you upstairs.
Once again, it's definitely a pleasure. Y'all heard us in recent weeks blazing that Kelissa and Jesse Royal record. That's one of our favorites here.
Oh.
And tonight we have her here as a guest in the studio. So let's get started. Definitely a pleasure having you once again. Coming from a talented reggae family. So let's start off from the beginning. Your parents also were musicians.
Yes.
Your brother's also a musician.
Yes.
So tell us about your humble beginnings in the music business.
Alright, well, music business, you know, is something that we have to do by default. But we do give thanks because, you know, we're born and growing, you know. My parents, Chakula and Goldilocks, have been doing roots rock radio ever since I can remember. And little did I know I would have come on and continue in their footsteps, you know. So it's just nice to be able to continue the journey, you know, and to just continue fulfilling the mission that they started. You know, me and my brother is now doing the music mission, so just a joy to be able to share the music and know that it has a purpose, you know, and it also has a root. So we feel like we're pretty firm in it, you know. Nobody can shake us of it, no matter what. So it's a beautiful feeling, and the journey not easy, which I don't think it is for anybody, no matter what you do, you know. But the joy of music definitely keeps us going, you know.
Okay, you mentioned the band that your parents performed with.
Yes, Chakula.
Chakula.
Which actually means food in Swahili.
Okay.
So it's like soul food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Food for the soul.
Yes, sir.
What was it like growing up having not one, but two parents who actually did music? And what was the encouragement they gave you, even from that younger age before you actually started recording?
Honestly, it was really all normal, you know, to see our parents. I mean, obviously, other friends and, you know, other people didn't really have a family, you know. Other Rasta family was around that we would interact with, where, you know, obviously, within our culture, we're always encouraging arts and roots. So they always encourage us to really express ourselves in an artistic way. You know, growing up, I was a performer. I didn't start singing until maybe my early teens, when I was, you know, able to come out of my shyness a little bit, because initially I was very shy about my music. It was something very personal for me. That I was sitting and writing my book, something that I've never shared. Even some of the songs you play now, I'm like, Lord, why did I never sing that song? But you know, that's why it's growth. It's growth. So it's really helpful to have parents who are grounded in that and who are very supportive. You know, I know that it's hard for some people, right, who are doing music that get a fight from their own family. But needless to say, they never deterred us from doing our schoolwork and, you know, going as far in academics, you know, as we can. I went to college. You know, so I did school up to the tertiary level. So, you know, educated was I'm no fool. You know,
we're gonna get into the actual education journey in a minute. But I'm not ready to get to that. So
Alright, well, we don't go there yet. But just to say that, you know, I feel like I had a very balanced upbringing from my parents, Chakula and Goldilocks, just because they did encourage us to express ourselves as artists. That really came very natural to us, I guess, because of, you know, both the environment that we're in, and it was in our blood, you know. But they made sure that we also had a very balanced upbringing in terms of making sure that we're educated and, you know, smart, street smart, intellectually smart, you know. So yeah, we're paying tribute to the ones that come before me, you know.
Okay. You have a very interesting journey as far as the places you've been to, even not even as an artist, but just in your life journey. We're gonna get into that, but your formal years, you actually grew up. What part of Jamaica do you live from?
Grew up St. Andrew and Kingston. Parents, grandparents from St. Elizabeth. You know, but we grew up in St. Andrew and St. Andrew.
Okay. And before we go to this commercial break, again, staying in this time frame with your parents being the performers, they actually gave you a push to actually become a performer yourself, and you actually performed in youth bands, as they would call it. Tell us a little bit about you as a youth performer before you actually took on the music as Kelissa yourself.
Well, my mother actually has a children's album, so you will hear me doing like, hey, this is a good food rock, like there's some ad-lib dancing on her album. I was very young at the time. It was really my sister, my two older sisters that did the main involvement as child musicians. But separate and apart from that, as a dancer, I actually grew up thinking that I would have been just a dancer, and I still dance. I still love to dance, and I'm looking forward to even incorporating it into my musical journey more. But that was really my main source of performance and artistic expression was dance. And to be honest, it's still very related to music because you know it's interpreting the music with body movement. So yeah, I was really a performer in that way first.
Okay.
Until the music kind of came out, you know.
Okay, and I
we
knew
get into that too.
Okay, I knew you went on to actually doing things as far as your education that incorporated some of the things that we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna get into that when we get back from this commercial break. But shout out to TGM Radio. We're gonna take a break. PowerReggae.com, Power Reggae Radio. We also have some tickets, I believe. Father G is giving away some CD giveaways.
For Milk River on Wednesday.
Yes.
Or Reggae Milk River Wednesday, yeah.
We got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna give you some more music. TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com.
TGMradio.com.
TGM Radio, Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com. We back once again. The Empress Kelissa is in the house.
Oh.
You're gonna get back into this interview. We're gonna pick up where we left off. Haven't really started asking you questions today. I'm really a huge fan, so
Oh yeah, give thanks.
got a lot of questions. But we're gonna pick up where we left off. You formative years in Jamaica, but education brought you to the U.S. and then to Africa.
Right, it was really Africa first. And then,
Africa first and then the U.S.
You don't know Africa always comes first.
That's right.
Yes,
Okay, so now bring us up to speed in your formal years, your travels, just what it did for you as a person, what you were able to learn and incorporate into the music that you're doing now.
I left Jamaica with my family, with my entire family. We had a very unique opportunity to actually repatriate as a family. So as you can imagine, that's a whole generation dream come true. You know, so we moved to Tanzania in my mid-teen years. I think I was about 15 when I first did. And spent 3 years in Tanzania. And you know, as much as I had a very Afrocentric upbringing, and my parents always tried to, you know, open up our minds to certain things beyond what we learn in school. You know, because school and TV always used to show us a very negative image of Africa. It still did leave an imprint on me. You know, knowing that the general society never really understand the heights of Africa, the expansiveness, the depth of the roots and the culture and the knowledge and the wisdom. And when I was able to actually physically step foot on the continent, it really expanded my horizons beyond I think that it would ever in my life. You know, so it was a very monumental moment in my life. And Africa is naturally a very artistic place. You know, so I think first and foremost it really influenced just my meditation. It just made me really think a lot differently, and it really made me appreciate the upbringing that I had in my home. You know, because it was such a stark contrast in Jamaica, I think sometimes I never really appreciated it as much growing up. Just because we were very different than, you know, the average Jamaican family. You know, and Rasta and herb and those things wasn't accepted like how it is now. Me and my sister were the first ones to have locks at our high school. You know, so there was nothing we could fight that we didn't get growing up. It was an all-girls school, an all-girls Catholic school, so you can imagine, you know. So no political thing that I think are interested, but it did bring me forward to Africa, and you know, we're able to interact with Africans in and around our continent and get a first-hand experience with that, and it really does make me grow on every level, physically, mentally, spiritually, musically, artistically. You know, I just felt like a plethora of, you know, growth. So that really brought me forward. Now I graduated from high school in Tanzania and went to college in California and continued my studies of Africa. After that, I continued to study about Africa. I went back to Ghana now, studied abroad, went to the university in Ghana for a little bit over a year. Traveled around Africa on my own independently, which was a great experience because before, when I was with my family, it was still very protected. You know what I mean? My father, 4 girls, 1 boy, and make sure whatever we go too far. But it was really great for me to just go on my own and try Africa on my own. Do things like drive from Ghana on public transport all the way to Mali, 2-day trip on public transportation. And just those little things to just really grow me in that African experience. And that was very important because at the time, the school that I went to in California is a small liberal arts college. They never had a very large curriculum on Africa. So it was very important for me to be able to capture that by being physically on the ground and adding that to my curriculum, you know, so that was important.
Okay, before we move forward, we've had tons of guests who've been to Africa before, and we've learned that it's a huge continent.
Yes, sir.
You may be to one place in Africa and haven't experienced the next.
Right.
Where are some of the places that you actually traveled to?
In Africa?
Yes.
Let me say, I go straight chronological, you know? We go chronological,
Tanzania.
chronic album. But we say Tanzania, Uganda, Kenya, we got Malawi, the place, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, Mali, Togo.
Tons of places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Take where I got one, I'm looking more for go. Yeah.
Okay.
I think those nice places.
Shout out to my man Seydou from Senegal.
Yeah, we go.
Okay, so you forwarded to the U.S. to further your education, but you came with a bag of fruits as well that you were able to
share.
add to your curriculum.
Yes,
as you said.
yes.
So, in California, you're actually in school now. Were you actually being looked at that point in time as a source of information?
I would say so. I mean, in many ways, it was rejected too. Like I remember we're a small liberal arts college. At the time, there were probably about, black students I could count on my hand. You know what I mean? I was the first Jamaican to go to my school. So definitely a source of information for those that were interested, and we did our best to even raise awareness, you know, and kind of open up people's head towards Jamaican culture, Rastafari culture, African culture. My roommate was an Ethiopian girl. She was also one of the first Ethiopians to attend the school, and we started a group called Black Arts and Cultural Dance. We're using dance and performing arts as a platform to expose people. Because more time when you preach to people, they don't want to hear what you're saying. But when you put it in the form of song and dance and in a way that they can connect in their soul and in their heart, then I think is a great way of teaching, you know, which is why it should even be incorporated into school even more, I think. But it really gave me a platform not only to expose others, but to also practice my craft as a musician, you know. So do give thanks for that curriculum, you know, in and outside of the classroom.
Okay, and before we move on to my other points, the main things that you were bringing from Africa to California, dance, music. When you say music, is it particular instruments you were teaching them or expanding on?
I wasn't fully teaching per se, you know what I mean? Definitely teaching with my liberty, you know, just by virtue of interacting with ones. But I'm teaching myself the guitar at the time, and I also play percussions. I play drums, and I did classes, dance classes, both drums and dance classes while I was in Africa, and also did classes on campus. I did a Brazilian percussion class as well, and had a few drum circles with other ones who were playing drums at the time on campus. So yeah, I tried to create a culture, you know what I mean, with other peers at the same time. Yeah.
Now, I asked all of this just to basically say this. Coming from Jamaica, journey to Africa, onto the US, with a lot of Jews. From what I've seen, from what I've read, and from what I've heard in the music, a lot of Jews. One of Jamaica's best kept secrets.
Hopefully I'm not too long. What's up the secret?
We want to give the listeners that song. I want to segue to that song. You actually have a video for this.
Yes,
YouTube. It's Kelissa Music on YouTube. We're going to get a little bit into the video when we get that and the meaning behind the song. But drop the best kept secret song for the listeners. And we got a lot more music, so if you want to play something else, go ahead. Power.
Big up Natural High Music. They co-produced the album with my record label, Kelissa Music. So some youth that I know from I was growing up. So it was really a joy for me to be able to sit down and collaborate and create such a great body of work, you know. So Best Kept Secret was the first single that were released from Spellbound project. Yes,
we're gonna get into that project when we get that.
Yes,
but we're gonna start off with one of the singles, Best Kept Secret, Power Radio. Natural Mystic, Soulbeast with it. Two powerful records off of the Spellbound project we just wrote. The first one, we started with Best Kept Secret. And I want you to go to YouTube, Kelissa Music on YouTube, and check out the visual for that song.
Yes, that video is nice.
And then we went to the title track of the EP, Spellbound. Father G was going crazy in the studio.
Yeah.
Real jazzy sound.
Yeah.
And then you gave us a little DJ sitting on the end of it.
Yeah.
So let's get into that.
Well, the more that's around me. I don't really get for going deep yet, but
I know, because some of your placements you showed a lot more with.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into that in a little bit.
All
But
right.
the Spellbound project is currently out now. KelissaMusic.com. A lot of things you could go to the website KelissaMusic.com and check out right now. You can get tickets to the upcoming show on July 12th at Milk River.
Yes. 12.
July
Milk
12th.
River.
Milk
Wednesday.
River. And a lot more. But let's get into the EP, the music itself. Spellbound. Okay. A lot of music on there. You're releasing videos. You have singles on the road right now. Let's get into the project. The production, what went behind the music, the message on the project. Why did you decide to name it Spellbound? Let's start there.
That's a good question. Well, in creating the music with Natural High, they naturally have a very dubby sound to their music. And first we created this track title, Spellbound first. And before we even knew that we were going to do our project together, that song was created. And after a while, we ended up having like 3, 4, 5. We just kept making music, more and more music together, and it was just hitting the spot every time. And we said, yo, we could just do our project together. And I really feel like that song and that concept really encapsulated the whole sound and the whole feel of it, you know. We really played around a lot with that theme as well, with the transition tracks that we have, of trying to just take the listeners on a journey, on an ethereal journey, beyond the lyrics, you know, beyond the words and the things that convolute your head, is, you know, the sound power, you know, of the dub music, of the chanting, and of the instrumentation. And instrumentation was also a very important part of the project. We had ones like Nambo Robinson, who played trombone on a lot of the tracks on the album. Kazembe George, he played sax on I think most of the tracks that have horns on it. Kazembe George, who actually live here in New York. You should check him out. Exceptional jazz musician. So it's him really come and bring in the jazz flavor. We got Namde. Namde Robinson now is the son of Namba Robinson, and he plays guitar. He played on a few other tracks. This is him swiping guitar on this track, you know. We got Roots percussionist. He will be playing with us actually at Power Reggae Wednesdays at Bill River on Wednesday. So he's in town, so I'm coming for the nice place.
I also love the artwork on the
artwork was done by a phenomenal Jamaican artist. She's actually here in New York too. So New York hip hop. Her name is Nakazi Hutchinson, and she also does sculpture. She makes like these huge life-size paintings. This painting is bigger than this chair. So it's a very big painting, and her all of her artwork they're just very soulful. And as soon as I saw her work, I just really wanted to work with her, and I think I'm going to do some more work with her in the future. She also did the masks in the How Many More music video. That's her work as well.
Okay.
So we got Nakazi.
Speaking of the videos, the video for Best Kept Secret, what actually went behind the video? Tell us a little bit more about when your listeners or your fans go to your YouTube page. What is the Kelissa experience like?
To be honest, I don't really feel like I've been able to execute my visuals in the way that I wanted to fully. Best Kept Secret is one of those that we really got to capture, you know, because we always have these crazy artistic visions in our mind, and to bring that to life more time. Take an exceptional budget and an exceptional team and creativity, so we do what we can, and Best Kept Secret was one of those that we really pulled off very well. And you know, Warren said big up Birdie, who directed the video, big up Scott, my cousin, you know, he produced the video. And the concept was really us to come together and come up with our concept, you know, the idea of being locked away in paintings and in artwork, in visuals, you know, so we kind of played with the idea of being locked away, with the idea of memories, you know, as you know, the pictures, it kind of captures the memory, and in Maasai in East Africa believe that when you take a picture of them, you capture their soul, you know, so it was kind of a play on that concept as well, you know.
Okay, so once again, on YouTube, Kelissa Music, you can go and check out our latest videos. The project spelled now, once again, you said it had a dub wasp feel. The last two tracks on the album happen to be dub versions of Spell Down and Best Kept Secret. He at Power Reggae, the dub wasp. We love it. So look out in the future, we're going to be playing those records. But the EP is also available on KelissaMusic.com. Where else on social media can the fans reach out?
Most platforms. I don't really, not on all of the new ones, it's hard to keep up with everything. You know, I'm not as active on some.
But
we're present, you know what I mean? So Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, everything is Kelissa Music straight through. Yeah, and KelissaMusic.com, of course, is our website, you know? And that's where you can get the tickets.
Okay.
For Wednesday, the link is there, the tickets are Wednesday, I'll give you a massive income.
Speaking about performances and performing, you had, the first time I actually saw you perform was in CPAC in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I was turned out that night. That was the first night Chronics performed in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
And you came out and you opened the show.
Yeah.
And I was blown away immediately. I became a fan that night. In your musical journey, where some of the places you performed, I know you work also closely with Zingfans Redemption as well. So you've had the
Zingfans produced my first, co-produced my first project in Working in the Sky. Well, Zingfans Redemption, musically we do a lot of work with them. A lot of the musicians played on Spellbound. And I've also done, I think, 2 or 3 moves with them on the road. So we did Europe, it was me, Dre Island, and Chronic to sing French Redemption.
Shout out to Dre Island.
Big up Dre Island. Yeah. So yeah, big up yourself, Dre. And we also did Keznambe in the West Coast one of the times, and then we also did recently we did the chronology tour. And that was the biggest tour that I've been on. With so many days. It was intense, but it was a great experience for me to be on the road with Chronic and his team. What they've been able to build is amazing, you know, from the ground up. And just to know that their core team is still up to this day going strong. You know, so I can give it up for them. And even opening the gates for ones like myself and Keznambe and Dre Island and all the way. Because he strengthened all of our music in many ways. You know, so we just have to give thanks. Because it creates enough opportunities for us to link up with the people who do listen to the music, you know?
Okay, speaking of the music, we got a lot of music left to play.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do right now, we're gonna go back, we're gonna get to listen to some new music again.
Alright.
Give them some love for the Spellbound Project. KelissaMusic.com if you want to check out the entire EP. But Natural Mystic, they gonna let something fly. Power Radio. Power Radio, PowerRadio.com, TGM Radio. Song entitled Take Your Time. It was definitely a pleasure having you here tonight. I know you're very busy individual. You're currently shooting a visual for this song.
Yeah, after shooting this Friday in New York here. So looking forward to that.
Give thanks for just giving us an opportunity to interview you. Get our fans up to speed with you. Once again, the Spellbound EP is available on KelissaMusic.com. Is it also on other digital platforms?
Yeah, man, most digital platforms. You can find it on Spotify, iTunes, most
But
of the
primarily, KelissaMusic.com.
Yeah, we're also selling the physical copies on KelissaMusic.com. You can buy the digital version as well, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, July 12th, Milk
Yes,
River.
July 12th, Milk River. That's this Wednesday. You know, if you're in the New York area, we love to see the whole New York massive turnout. Acoustic style, cool and breezy. You know, yeah. So enough ones spinning records too and playing. So I'm also going to do a short sound system set. I don't know who you have lined up for me, who's going to play.
Shout out to Natural.
Yeah, after the acoustic set, I just bring up the sound system.
What?
Shout out to Debbie Dragon. Shout out to
Diamond
DJ
there.
Sniper. We're going to have a lot of DJs with the capability of giving you that dub watch feeling on that night.
So, hopefully.
We have a lot more music to play, but I'm going to allow you to speak to the fans. Anything you want to say before we tune out? Then we're going to get back into the music because we got too much to play.
Well, we just always have to give thanks, you know. None of this would be possible without the listening ears and the listening hearts. You know, people will reach out and really encouragement on the journey and encourage I should say. You know, we meaning just the people, you know, because we can't forget that the music was originally for the people, by the people, you know. So we do give thanks for all the ones who tune in now and forevermore. You know, it really warms my heart more time to know, because sometimes when you're busy and you're doing, you know, you're involved in the journey, sometimes you forget who is really listening and who is really tuning in, you know. And occasionally a fan will send you a message and say, oh, give thanks and impress. You know, you really keep it solid, and we just want to give thanks for the music, and it really keep my journey flowing and going as well. You know, to know that one's really benefiting off of the music, because that is the initial inspiration. You know, is to know that people receive musical healing off of it. You know, so Spellbound sessions now. We're here promoting the Spellbound project in acoustic style. The first one we have is tomorrow at Momo PS1, but you don't know, Power Reggae Wednesdays on the Wednesday at Milk River. We'll be there, and we'll have a whole series of other pop-ups around New York. So you can just tune into KelissaMusic.com, you know, for that as well. So
Looking forward to it.
yeah, man, really looking
again,
forward.
Kelissa Music on Instagram, Kelissa Music on Facebook, YouTube. Look out for the upcoming video to Take Your Time. You can go and check out the best kept secret video
And
right
how
now.
many more videos?
I got a request before we tune out. It was a pleasure once again, but that record that she got with Jesse Raw, did you play that already?
No.
The Wake Up
No,
Alert?
Wake Up Alert.
Okay.
Yeah, what I
Yeah,
doing
I want to hear that record. That's one of my favorites. Power Reggae Radio, PowerReggae.com, TGM Radio. Again, it was definitely a pleasure.
Yeah, it's such a pleasure. Good times, and I'm really looking forward to the vibes on Wednesday. It'll make me feel like I'm at home, you know?
Yes.
So we're really looking forward to that. First time at Milk River, you know, first time doing these series of acoustic shows in New York. So, yeah man, definitely very nice.
Tell your brother to come through too.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
a big fan.
What you there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah man, we'll soon bring it forward.
You need a part 2.
Tune in next
Skyline
week.
Levels, that's his project. Make sure when I take that team, you know, big up Chronology. I know Jesse releasing an album soon as well.
He was enjoying that show on the park on Saturday. I bumped into you in the crowd.
Yeah.
He was definitely enjoying yourself.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chronic Squad and support that project
Yes,
as
sir.
well. The Chronic.
Wait,
When you finish playing that Jesse Raw record, the Stick It Up record, play that. I don't know if you got the out there on it. You know what I'm saying? That's a Chronic song.
The music we see you dig up, you must have stick up. That's all around.
Yeah, and then, you know what I'm saying, drop something off of that Chronic's new album.
Yeah.
Power Reggae Radio. That's how we do. We give support to every artist in the business. Power Reggae Radio, Power Reggae Wednesdays, July 12th, Milk River, Kelissa, in acoustic style.
Yes,
Alphabetical.
July 30th.
July 30th as well. So come out and support, come out and join us, come out and have a good time. See you next week. All right.
Oh.